Bojeni Rami Nati Masiriku Oniduro Mi Eshewu. Do we have the chorus here
Yeah,
today?
everyone is there.
Okay, those with Globacom, could you just indicate? Um,
Yeah,
that,
Global is here.
okay, we can already see their handwork.
Oh
Anyway,
my god.
let's get started. Welcome to the Black Bra podcast. I am Olori.
I am Eka. Hi, guys.
And I'm FA.
Moving right into the gistices of the day. Well, my gist goes as thus. I was watching a YouTube video about, like, it was a praise and worship video, right, in Yoruba. And the artists, you know how all the singing ministers, right, as they
Mm.
are, I guess maybe as they are in the spirits, maybe, right, they start preaching and saying some things alongside the music that they're singing. So this guy's prayer point was that whoever needs to die,
Hmm.
right, either for your miracle to happen, or whoever needs to die for for the road to open for you, right? That made the person die. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, this is a bit aggressive. This is a bit aggressive from a Christian standpoint. So I was curious to know you people's opinion on such prayer points that may basically any enemy of mine, any stumbling block of mine, anybody in my wayside, anyone that wants to be a thorn in my flesh, they should fall down and die. Like
Mm.
it feels aggressive.
If you talk now, they'll say you're talking. Mm. That you've not experienced the one that people
The
are following you.
enemies.
So that's why I don't talk again. But let me give my 2 cents. People who are praying this kind of prayer should be ashamed of themselves. One. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, they should be ready to die as well for other people that are praying for them if they are people's
As in,
stumbling block. It's true now because you can be somebody else's stumbling block without even knowing you are, and the person has carried you on their head as your stumbling block, and they are also praying for you to die. So be ready to die as your own praying that the people should die. Because somebody, you cannot create a human being. You cannot bring a human being
yeah.
from, you cannot even, like, the only thing you can contribute is whether to carry the child. You cannot develop a child. You cannot create a child
Yeah.
as a Christian that you are. And you have the audacity to be asking God to kill the person that you
Kill some.
put in
As in,
this world as per you know more than him. Now you're telling him what to do.
No, that
I
since
just
the
find
person doesn't want to be useful, let God,
let me tell God, in case God forgot to, let me tell God that the person has to die. I find it very silly because instead of you to focus on doing better things in your life, you're saying that whoever is a stumbling block to you. So you don't even know the people safe, or maybe you know,
that
you
was
say
the
they
prayer
should die.
point, that the known and unknown enemies. Because some enemies, you don't know them. You don't know that
Hmm.
they are backstabbing you. So you have to do a general blanket
Now,
wherever
so
you may be, working against my progress in this
if
life.
that's the case, the people that will be remaining in the world will be like 10 now because people will just be killing others, believing that they are stumbling block. You
I
know,
mean, okay, so
for
go on, go on.
example, somebody that is lazy,
Mm-hmm.
eh? You are lazy. You did not apply for job. When they gave you job self, when they helped you, you did not do the job well. You sit down and your pastor
mm-hmm.
tells you that it is your sister-in-law that is looking for you. You will now go when that
Yeah.
praise and worship singer now says that thing, you will now be praying against your sister-in-law that she should die. Oh, Benny, you're lazy.
No,
It's
but I'm
not,
saying no, but stay with me on this example, right? I'm saying
yeah.
that let's forget those people that you know are lazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this example, right, as a
Yeah.
Christian, you may know it's not that you're lazy, right? Either
Mm.
you know who the enemy is that is frustrating. Maybe like, okay, someone's father died,
All
right?
right.
And
Right.
the family members took the
Uh-huh.
man's properties,
Yeah.
right? So you know who your enemy is, eyeball to eyeball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you don't know who the person is, but you're trying your hardest, you're trying your best, right?
Hmm.
And somebody somewhere is sabotaging, Do you get what I'm
Yes.
saying? You behind the scenes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm here like in that case, you have a legit anger. Let me put it that way.
Directed to that person.
That is to that
Yeah.
person, known or
Mm,
unknown. But as
yeah.
a Christian, should the prayer point still be, may they fall down
Okay,
and
now
die?
that's why I said you to be the person should be ready to fall down. Why I say that instead of you to focus, knowing that God is bigger than that your enemy now, you're supposed to sit down and say, God, knowing that you're fully bigger, you're the one that even created this enemy self. Remove me from this situation. Let this thing that these people are doing not touch me. Instead, your own is for them. You want to do revenge mission. So carry it
I
on
see.
top
So
your
you're
head
saying
now.
ask for God to make a way in a way that only He can, instead of asking God
Exactly.
to kill
The
your
person,
enemies.
because
Okay.
you are stooping so low to the person doesn't know any better. The person is already stupid. That is why they are frustrating you. That is why they made it their life mission to frustrate you. So for you to go to the person's level and be doing, okay, the punishment for you is death, so I pray to my God, may you die. Ah, come on.
Because I've heard some prayer points, and even in my
Some
family,
prayer points are serious, so hey.
exactly. And for me, and because I feel like the people that pray in the prayer point, they have a case. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm,
So
mm,
it was
mm,
like,
mm.
since you will not let me sleep, you too,
You will not
you
sleep,
too will not
Abby.
sleep,
which is
right?
which is fair enough in the sense that when somebody gets so frustrated, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, God, please just destroy this person. You get it
Yeah.
is possible. It's hard for you to stay grounded and say, okay, they say love your neighbor. Because you're like, this person is not my neighbor anymore and everything.
Yeah,
But
they are
then
enemy.
they are your enemy. But then in the end, is that what you'll be doing to everybody? Let's say as that one dies, another one, the person's brother will come. Is that how they'll be dying?
Like, to me, my takeaway point, I think that as a Christian, right, we're called to do, like, you're called to a higher standard, right? Not to preach. I'm
Yeah.
not a preacher, but so for me, I think it's really more of, if you want to do the Christian walk, you have to learn to take the high road. Quite in quite a few circumstances. I said in some cases you are legit to feel the anger that you feel
Yeah.
towards
And I
a
think you should
person.
talk to God about it.
Yeah,
Like you should need to talk to God that God, please help me. Like even if you say like 1 minute, you say, okay, the person should die. I think you should go back to God and say, God, see, I'm really pissed off with this person. This is why
yeah.
I'm talking like that. Forgive me and just help me. Help me be okay with myself, not to make this person my prayer point, because that one itself is another problem. The person has now become your focal point and is now frustrating you. So I think he's even trying to just be okay with yourself in that situation, because people do frustrate. Is
People
realizing
do.
that
They do.
human beings will fail you. So in order for you not to grow mad, because imagine that kind of prayer. This is why mountain of fire, they are getting customers. You'll be
Yeah.
praying, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire. How long will you be killing people by fire?
For as long as the enemy is firing. So you
It's
so
too much
so
now.
so everybody is on the battlefield. As the enemy is doing
Uh-huh.
you too, you have to be giving them,
Back
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 to back.
goes. You cannot
Exactly.
even do anything else again in your life. You're just firing the
Yeah.
enemy. Enemy now becomes your main this thing, not even the God that you're this thing,
That,
because you're
yeah.
focused on it. And I think that is my own issue. It's like the people who pray bind and cast, bind and cast. I'm like, when will this casting end?
It
When will
never
you stop
does.
binding? When will you become
As
okay with
long as the
yourself?
enemy is still in operation, you
Ah
have to
ah
stand the gap.
ah
You have to stand the. But to me,
ah.
I think the takeaway point is simple, right? To me, I think some people have legitimate cases to say that, why is somebody pressing me down in this life, right? But I also feel as though, I said, from a Christian standpoint, I think you're called to a higher standard,
Mm,
which is to say that even though I know or I don't know that somebody is, you know,
looking for
doing,
me.
you get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
in this life, that my focus is not on their downfall. I
mm,
mean, it
yeah.
may, like, my vindication may lead to your downfall if you are
Yeah,
enemy
yeah,
of
yeah,
progress. It may
yeah.
happen, but maybe the focus, because honestly, if someone has lied against you, right?
Has
Out
cheated you.
cheated you, you may,
Uh,
or even cause you to get sacked, because they
you
lied
know,
against you at
it's
work, right?
annoying now.
The day you are
Hey,
vindicated, right, that person has to get sacked too, because their character has come out. So your day
yeah.
of vindication might, as a result, lead to their day of downfall. right? That is how life works out. So the prayer may not be misdirected, but what is your focus? That let God vindicate you, or let them die. That's the key. Because if God vindicates you, they may still die. But but your focal point should
not be for them to be doing die.
It should be let God vindicate you. God doesn't need their deaths to vindicate you. He can do it.
He can do it anyway. And then if we're saying that we're actual Christians, which is Christian, you're Christ-like, that means all the people that went to go and hang Jesus, they would have died now if he was saying die by fire, all my enemies. There were many enemies that he didn't even do anything to.
My dear,
they wanted to kill him.
We walk this if they say journey small, we're not ready, but we're not on Jesus level yet.
No, I know now, but then they said we should emulate him. So we should start by emulation. At least we should use that one as our example. If not, would have not even been talking
because we can fall to the flesh and say, Father,
yes, me. I like realistic because there are some people that have pissed me off in this life. I will sit down and say, God, see, this thing that you're telling me to do is a rubbish. And I will have a conversation with God, but then God used to arrest me in my tracks. And then I'll now know that, okay, yeah, all this one you're fighting now, it will not lead to anything. You get that kind of thing. But it's just to be open and honest and have a relationship. Like, oh, I'm pissed off. Oh. Like me, I'm telling God, I'm pissed off now. And what I want to say for this person is for them to be cursed at their generation. But help me. Just help me, because it's not easy. Human beings frustrate. But for that guy to be doing like praise and worship, and that is the prayer point he's bringing up for okay.
As you said, if I'm not mistaken, the guy might have given a timeline for the death self, but the guy like anybody that's in the way, anybody that wants to it's out of frustration. It's that I've been working out in this life, and somebody is there because I said some people have a case, right? You are working, right?
Somebody is there frustrating your effort,
hard work, and somebody just sitting down there for no reason other than that they don't want you to surpass them, right? They are, or maybe like even in a mundane thing, like okay, you and your boyfriend are fighting, your bestie that you are giving the storyline to help you go and beg the guy, right? Is now putting fuel in the fire. So you are trying here, you are crying here. She's working and that work there. Human beings are
very funny.
Very funny. Anyway, Efe, do you want to add to this or give us your own
I mean, for me, I know someone who prays like that, and I know someone who tells the person stop praying that nonsense prayer. So me, what I believe in is, I don't know, I think there's a part in the Bible where God made Saul blind. So typically what I pray is, God, like, blind the eyes of anybody. Or like, I pray for them to die, but like if somebody does something to me that I don't like, I'm like, let the person get it back. I just let the person get back. Like, you can see how hurt I am. Let the person get it back. So like, you know, whatever.
Back to center. That's my back to center. Okay.
Exactly. And then I also pray for strength if I'm going through something. So it's like, okay, I might be going through something that somebody's trying to do, but give me the strength to overcome it. So instead of saying kill the person, like, let me overcome it, and then let them not see me. And if they see me, blind them. So that's how I pray.
It's the girl.
I like that against flesh of blood. Yeah. No, but I like the element of back to say that. But I'm not praying a new prayer for you. If you have prayed that for me, back to you.
That's why I'm saying that. This guy now that is saying death, let him be ready too, because somebody might be back to centering him.
No, but you have to come to everything with clean hands. So if you know that your mind is pure, that you not pray to somebody, then you can pray that prayer. But if you're also in the world,
but some people think their heart is so pure. They don't know that they've done something to somebody and the person is doing them back to sender. That's the thing. You'll be surprised. You now come and say, what has struck me like this? You not know that as you were doing your own, thinking your own, that somebody was hating on you.
As in me, sometimes when I start when I start my prayer, I start with God. Because sometimes you might do something to someone you don't know
You
that they're
don't
angry.
know. Yeah.
So me, I always start my prayer with if I offended, because I don't feel like I've offended anybody. But I'm like, if I offended or the person feels, please like forgive. But then if I've not, no, it's true. You have to first come correct and actually confess your sins. If confess, because people will hate you for no reason. So it's
That's
like I
the
don't know
thing.
the person. So whoever it is, or the person feels like I offended them, God, please touch their hearts and then blind them. Let them not see me.
This blinding is a key one for you. This is a blinding
This
key one.
one, no. I think it was Saul that got blinded on his way to Damascus or somewhere. So I'm like, blind them like Saul on their way to Damascus.
So that they won't see you.
They will see me. I think Saul
Oh.
was going to kill somebody. I don't know who the person was, Sha. So
And
that was
they
like I
just
beg
served him breakfast. Oh, man, this life, eh?
But I think that how do we come up with this prayer? Because the way I hear somebody prayer words in Nigeria, I'm like,
Oh my
this
God,
life
Nigerian
play.
is
Play
too
to hear.
violent. They choose violence every time. And you know why I'm not remorseful for them that has praying that prayer? Because them mad their violence. I've seen
Mhm.
it before. You're violent, then you're choosing violence for others. And that's why you're matching the energy that you
But
give.
didn't they say the kingdom of God suffereth violence? And the violence, I'm just trying to give you a full picture here. Isn't that what the word says? So
But
that the violence taketh it by force.
is
It's
that
like
thing in the Bible?
you are in the bosky.
Exactly. So it's not like, oh, that if you, Father Lord, we thank you for my enemies, heal their hearts, that you may be on the on the
I
queue.
hope we have not interpreted it because we are fighters like that. You
That's
know,
a
we
key
like to
point.
fight. We
That's a
like
key
to
point.
fight. Eh?
That's a key point. That
We've
is a
carried
point of
our
keenness.
culture and now we're taking things by force. All these taken things by force. How many people have taken it? I mean,
As
which
in,
English am I speaking? My own issue is that over the years now, in all these things we're saying, has it resulted in testimonies that are legit? Because why I say that is because I've had somebody that used to pray this kind of prayer. That person
yeah.
was a very useless human being. My own issue is that you're very
Those
wicked.
useless ones.
Yeah, you're very wicked and you have the audacity to be doing die by fire, die by fire, die by fire.
Come on.
Meanwhile, you are the one that should be dying by fire because you're very wicked.
Even the rhythm of the prayer, by fire, by
By
fire, by
fire, by
fire, by fire.
fire.
I was like, yours like
Even for the mere fact that you wake up in the morning and you disturb everybody in the house and you're saying die by fire, you should die by fire because you're not even considerate. You're not even moving with love. You're busy
but
shouting.
it's another prayer point that does not offend me as much. But I wonder if it's on the same table. The prayer point of how I put it, that maybe you are going for visa interview now. Or
Uh-huh.
maybe not visa interview. Maybe you are going. Someone has promised you money, right? But the money is dragging. So you say that, God, please let them not rest until they bring out
No, that
the
one is
money.
a legit prayer. Oh. Let them not rest. Let them not rest doesn't mean that
They will
they should
die.
be. No, no, no. Let them not rest is that in their dream they'll wake up. They'll say, "Hey, I forgot to give this person the money." Hey, they are
I
not
remember.
resting. Hey, you have to not rest.
Remembrance in a
I
violent
support
way.
that
No, that
one.
one
No,
is a
you
valid,
cannot
is a valid
rest.
prayer
Very.
point.
Okay. So it's a
Imagine
prayer for remembrance.
Imagine I apply for job. Let that employer not rest until they give me the job. What are they resting for?
To
God.
review other candidates. That's what.
Anna, I'm the one. God is in front of me.
You
God.
will not finish me this. Okay.
Hey.
Anyway, let's go to our next. Tech sector. If you want to give us a
Oh,
quick,
tech.
in it.
Well, there's two gist, but I'll link them, sure. So the first one is so there's a bill by the what's it called? By the National NITDA, something to do with technology in Nigeria. So they passed it. Well, they've not passed it, but they are trying to pass a bill for different businesses. Tech is involved. So basically, these companies would pay like a 1% levy before profits including their company income tax and then some other taxes that they shall put there. So basically, this is like the tech, our tech people are kind of like, why are we paying all these, it's just too much money for us to pay, basically, because they're telling us to pay 1% of our profits before tax if you're making over 100 million naira, which I feel most of
As
them.
what? As in, what is the
So
what is
it's
this levy
supposed to,
for?
so that's the thing. Nobody knows what it's for, but it's an act that they're trying to pass. The technology. So the NITDA stands
Before
for
you said
National.
before tax.
Yeah, 1% of their profit before taxes, because they also pay company income tax, which is 30%, right? And then all the extra. So they're saying, why not take one or the other? You're charging us 1%. You're telling us to pay 1% of our profit before tax. You're also telling us to pay 30% income tax. And I think there's some other things that they also have to pay that we probably don't know about. So that's
Is
like
it them specifically? Sorry to interrupt. Is it them specifically that have to pay these some other things, or every business in every business?
I think depending on which business you have. So this NITDA basically covers like telecommunication. So it's not just tech. It covers banks, and stuff like that. So I think for tech, they have, depending on what, because there's fintech, there's different kinds of tech companies. So I guess depends on if you fall into that, I guess that category or something. So it's like a 1%. They've not said what this 1% is. But apparently, I've never even heard of this NITDA. So it's because of, tech people are making money. So now we're hearing rubbish. But that's basically the one that was trending last. I think it was last week. So it's like they're complaining that it's making doing business hard, because they're also trying to implement some levies and all of that. So they claim that all this money they're collecting, they're going to create a fund, an NITDA fund, that would also kind of help the company's tech sector and just that sector. That's their claim. So why we're
The government wants to help
And
tech companies that have already gone far
establish
above them.
themselves. No. My own question is, with all the tax that you're taxing, you couldn't use money from there to help the tech
to help
company. It's
people. It's not
1%.
that you're,
So why can't
then,
the tech company carry the 1% themselves and help themselves and create their own fund?
Thank you. So that's the first one. So the second one, over I think it was the weekend. So the CBN froze some tech companies, like froze their accounts. There's one that I think they help you. I think it's Bamboo that helps you buy stocks on the US stock markets, and I think in general, like a global on different stock markets. So you don't need to invest in Nigeria. You can invest in the US stock market from Nigeria without too much of a hassle. So they closed Bamboo, they closed Rise Vest, they closed there's one called, I can't remember, but there were like 4 that they froze their accounts. So what the CBN is alleging, what they're saying is that they're dealing in illegal forex trading, which, to be honest, I don't understand what they're saying, but they're saying that they're buying forex in Nigeria and they're using the money to trade abroad or something. But they're saying that what these companies are doing is affecting the
exchange rate,
the naira, the exchange rate. So the naira is devalued because so they are blaming them for devaluing naira.
Excuse my French, but they are mad. So let me track this correctly. So they are saying, because as far as I'm concerned, if you're buying forex in bulk, right, in Nigeria as a business, which means you are going through the CBN formal window. There's a documented process for that.
Thank you.
So if they bought it through the formal window, right, then somebody from CBN or a bank that is endorsed by CBN endorsed that transaction. Now, let's assume that they went through the black markets, right? To me, this is free market economics, because the difference between the black market and the official window is high.
There's a difference.
So for them to be willing to go to the black market to buy their forex, right, and still be able to transact and make money as a business, that to me is entrepreneurship.
So basically, they said, I think one of the companies, I don't know if it's Rise Vest or Chaka. There's a company called Chaka, but one of them also does
Chaka. Yep.
So they do. I think they are also into cryptocurrency. So that's their allegation, CBN, that they're into cryptocurrency, which is against the CBN policy that was passed around, I think, this year. So, but the main thing is illegal forex dealings. Now, the thing is, my problem with this whole CBN thing is the main guy, so there's the counsel to the CBN. I don't know if you guys remember when this guy was our attorney general, one Michael Aduaka guy. This man is bad news. And the fact that he's even representing CBN, you already know there's a huge comma, because it's like, this is not about regulation. This is about bribery. Somebody did not bribe somebody in CBN. That is just it. Because there was one time I gave you guys a gist about one of the top 10. I don't know if I get the gist fully, but there was a tech company that somebody in CBN was saying, look, give me $1 million or something. And the person was like, look, if you ask me for money again, I'm moving this business out of the country. So even behind the tech scene, like I know someone who's not really into tech, but has kind of worked with these entrepreneurs. But the person was like, the tech people also, like sometime last year, some people were ratting out some people. So some people were exposing some people for some of the things they were doing. I guess I don't know how they say it in the industry, but they were doing things that they were not supposed to do. So some companies were some of the tech people were going back and forth and exposing themselves. That's how CBN got a hang of some of, because apparently there are things they're doing that they're not supposed to do. But then again, in Nigeria, even if you want to do the right thing, somebody will make you do the wrong thing. So it's like, were they really doing anything wrong, or was it somebody that made them?
Was it
The system is
CBN
flawed.
person too that was
Exactly.
allowing
That's
them?
Because that's the NNPC story. That's
exactly. So it's like now, because they're saying tech is the new oil, so now you want to come and now destroy the industry now the way you. So it's just it's on and off, and it's just like we don't really, what are
can
you
our
saying?
economy ever? Because I know many people like to demonize oil and call for us to diversify the economy, but when you hear stories like this, where anywhere there seems to be a light, we now want
Yeah,
to
They
find
will attack.
a way to
yes,
extract, not to develop, but to extract. Right?
extract.
Can we really diversify? Because these tech companies are operating on international levels. Like
Yeah,
they raise
their
foreign
biggest
funds.
investors are not even based in
Yeah,
like
so they are
they're up
held to foreign standards. So they don't have time to
exactly,
be doing all this rubbish.
And they
exactly
already struggle with so many things, so many
in the country.
infrastructural problems
So
in the
many.
country.
Look at Konga and Jumia, where Amazon already had the USPS, UPS
Exactly.
Come on.
shipping infrastructure on ground to leverage. These people
Nipos
had
is
to
just there.
build. NIPOS is the biggest waste of life,
Hmm.
because
It's because
was
of
it not
certain
NIPOS that was also claiming that to even do Korea business in Nigeria, whether is it
yeah,
20 million or one
you
crazy
have to
amount
pay. They
to
had
pay
licenses.
exactly
It's
for
crazy.
the license. So like you will not do the work, right?
They
You
will
will not
not be
let
chopping the.
others do the work.
Exactly. And NIPOS, and that's the thing, because the thing is, when I see governments try to act like, oh no, we're trying to save the economy, it is a lie. I remember when
Oh,
GoKada
piece of
came in,
hell.
even though I hate Okada, whatever, I was happy with the fact that first of all, people are empowered, because this country, there's so many poor people. But when you think of how people live, it's like how. So that empowered people. Then secondly, it made life easier in Lagos State. We saw pictures of the GoKada CEO posing with Lagos State officials. What happened after a couple of months? They closed this guy's business just like that because of
Yep.
NIPOST and NURTW. So it's like,
Yep.
no, government doesn't even like all this one CBN is telling us, it's a lie. You people want bribe. So unless somebody bribes somebody, they will ruin the business just
They
because of
want
bribe.
bribe,
That's the
or
thing.
we're going back to because there's also this conspiracy theory that after the October 20th end South protesting, right,
Yeah,
Mm.
they are trying to frustrate,
Every youth
youth
making
youth
money.
making money venture,
Uh-huh.
or basically any infrastructure
powering,
that
yeah, that was
powered that protest, whether it's the
yes,
business, whether it's because crypto was a big
Helper.
funding
Yeah.
source. Once they
yes.
blocked their account here in Nigeria,
Existed.
crypto was a big funding source to raise money from the diaspora, right? Twitter, Instagram were major, information
Yes,
feeds. So they are trying to block all these angles. After all, now who
yeah,
seafood shop with the protests? Abi.
exactly.
So this way is smelling, having a whiff
It is
But what?
rubbish.
of
But
this.
this is very disgusting
It
behavior.
is
It's
disgusting.
so immature. You don't think of the bigger picture.
It is
You're
devilish.
thinking of October 20th, where people were just asking for police reforms. Like, I
Simple.
don't get it. It's like when you think people in that age range that are inside that Nigerian government are mature, they'll be behaving like children. These are the people that used to do die by fire prayer, because they are
Yes.
wicked, and then they will not be doing die by fire all my enemies. But you that this is basically what they're doing, because it's like, don't you realize, in the grand scheme of things, how stupid the decisions you make when the world is moving forward? We like to
Moving
move
forward, you're moving.
back. Shebi, they just said
And then,
that they remove Twitter ban. They will remove Twitter ban. Let Twitter come and put office here. So somebody like Twitter now, they will pay that 1%. Abby,
Your
I mean,
cost of
for this
doing
companies,
business is already much
it's
higher
already
in
high.
Nigeria than Ghana.
exactly.
You now add this rubbish fee for what?
Now the one that busted my head was this stupid person that's representing the CBN. The guy said that they're going to write the embassy, they're going to go to foreign affairs,
Sure.
that the minister will serve the US to seek assistance so they can block the linkages. All
Okay,
of them
now
that have been transferring money from Nigeria to abroad, why did they
Thank
not
you.
seek the
block
embassy? Why
linkages.
did they
The
not block?
energy.
Why did they not block the linkage? Because
The
most of the rich people in
energy.
Nigeria, as in, do you get? So what? So okay, you're attacking small, young people, that are empowering people. I know many people that have gotten remote jobs. Some of them live here. Some of them, because they make so much money, they can live anywhere because of tech.
Mm,
And then they're Nigerian people. These people didn't even
That's
go to school
true.
abroad. They went to Convenance. They went to Unilag. But they were
That's
able to
true.
empower. I know somebody that worked at Flutterwave, and after working there for a couple of years, she lives in London now. She's a UI UX designer. So it's like, in her mind, did she ever think because of tech, like she would make that kind of money and move to London, or not even one kind? It's like London. So it's like, why are you doing things like this? Which linkage are you trying to block? Block the one of your ministers, all of them that are buying second passports. Block that one first.
and they don't see the
Dubai
fact.
alone has
Yeah.
a big chunk
Nigerians
of our
probably have
money.
half of Dubai. They probably own half of Dubai at
Do
this
you
point.
know what? They don't see the fact that this blocking you're blocking. Is it not better to allow this thing happen where people
They
are
can't. These
employed but
people
they
are
are working remotely so that they'll spend the money in your
in
economy?
your
But
country.
no, but no, you want them
No.
to run away. Already, I know somebody that it was a post I think I saw one time that the person said they were qualified for the job. It was a tech job, but then the company said that they are not hiring
Yeah,
people from
Nigeria.
Nigeria
Yeah, I
again
saw
because
that.
of
Exactly.
internet. Because of internet. Eh?
There's so much that is just against us, and then our country is now like it's even worse to be the country. Even though being a Nigerian alone is already a problem, it's like a curse. Then you're not living in the country. The people there are now making you more suppressed, and it's like these men now. Emefiele, has his child opened a tech company? Have they invested in this country the way these young Nigerians are investing? And to think that these people are people's fathers, I don't even understand.
I don't
Because I'm
understand.
pretty
What
sure
is your
living abroad,
child's
working,
future?
maybe in Morgan Stanley or somewhere. Come and invest in Nigeria. No, the ones that want to invest, you're pushing them. How are you going to empower the people that are here?
No, what
Maybe
they are priding against themselves. The only thing they know how to say is to sit down with their friends and say, "My daughter went to Harvard. She went to
don't mind them.
Princeton." That's all they can say. They will not invest in school in Nigeria now.
And
They'll say, "My daughter went to Harvard
I mean,
and
it's
is
just
working with Morgan Stanley." That's all
as
you
a
can say.
Jew,
You will not say,
that's all you can say.
My daughter went to Unilag and is working with so
CBN.
Nigerian company." No, it is her working
It's
abroad.
multinationals, and once their kids are done, even the ones that stay here, they fix them into those places. So it's like, okay, people
Eh,
that these people, because the guy, I was watching the Paystar guy when he was talking about how they got funded. It didn't come from which Nigeria. I mean, they have Nigerian investors, but majority their main shareholders. There's one of the companies that they closed I mean, they froze their accounts. 99% of the shares are not. It's not a
Yeah.
Nigerian king. You get, so it's like, what's your problem? People are hustling, trying to improve their lives and the lives of the people in their country, and you're here talking nonsense.
For me, it's not policy driven because if you remember
It
when
is not.
Buhari did his interview, I forget when,
oh yes.
where he made it seem like, oh, those youths that wanted to get me out of office. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
as in you don't get like
You're a
you
smaller
weren't you
fish
weren't
in the
the
whole
you weren't
ocean.
the topic. All they asked for was police reform, and somehow you have now translated that into the way to get you out of
They are
office,
looking for
right?
you.
So
Exactly.
for me, this smells like a similar thing, right? It's not policy
Yes,
driven. It's to be vindictive, against things that could be
exactly.
Specific,
used,
yeah.
yeah, to come for you, and that is rubbish.
And a lot of
Also,
them, it would be that these young people, how are they making money now? Buying Benz
yeah,
anyhow. We
because I
must
don't know. A
stop
part
it.
of me, is thinking even the banks are feeling like there's a threat to their system also with crypto, and then I don't know with fintech also. I don't know. I feel like it might be just. It's definitely not a policy thing, even though they are making it seem like
But
illegal. Which
the banks need to revolt in the sense
Ah,
that, like for example, right, I've been getting since they banned this borrow the change thing, right?
mm,
yeah,
Well, I don't know if it's a real ban, but since they said that that the whole BDC issue, right? Banks have been sending me an email almost every week that you can
about
mm,
get you
yep,
can get your PTA, your
yes.
yeah,
medicals.
so,
I'm like,
yeah.
this has been the existing process to get your
What's
PTA.
different?
What's
Oh
different?
my then.
The issue that we had with you guys was that if it's not those official reasons, I cannot pull out
Mhm.
my money at will. That was the
Mm,
Yeah,
issue. So why not ask CBN to allow you to have free hand to conduct business like any regular enterprise?
I
Mm-hmm.
wonder.
Why? But no, but the banks keep
Let them,
quiet to avoid stress.
to be honest, even if like especially in this fintech
Yeah.
space, you need to shake traditional banks. The
Mm-hmm.
same banks have been making money since. You need to shake them so that they realize that they need to evolve. Me, my own bank, Zenith Bank, they sent me an email. Like they send email every minute now. They sent me an email that I should watch this space. Exciting things are coming. I don't know. I don't know what they are
So they put
doing.
that time like a kidney. How many days? How many
Eh,
months?
eh, eh, eh. I don't know what they are doing. Instead of them to make it easy for things to happen, they are busy telling me, see, the bottom line is that in this world now, you have companies that now you can open a bank account in 5 minutes with your phone.
Do you get?
Zenith Bank now that is busy sending nonsense messages
Before
every
they used to
time.
do shakara.
Their shakara was too much. You have to have, is it 250K in order for you to even approach their bank? Then they'll be
As
doing
in,
all those ones. Now they now start at one point. So for head started reaching them, they now started doing 5,000 naira open bank accounts for everybody.
exactly.
They started
And
doing
to be
that
honest,
one.
the thing is, somebody was saying that even compared to other West African and African countries, like Nigeria, starting a business in Nigeria is not hard. Now, where it is hard is the fact that there's a lot of corruption and bribery. So you
That's
come
true.
in, they'll tell you company income tax 30%, this, you pay everything. It's like, okay, that because that 1% is not a problem. But the problem is, okay, we pay 1%, we pay 30% before profit. Then you're going to keep bringing in stupid, like there's going to be more coming in along the way that's going to destabilize our business when we're already providing most of, what we need. You're not even providing it for us. Because somebody was saying that in Ghana, like Ghana has very high, I think they're in
Tax.
corporate, yeah, like it's high, even opening a, like there's very strict requirements for foreign companies to open in Ghana. But the difference is there's an enabling environment in Ghana
That
compared
is the thing.
to in Nigeria. In
See,
Nigeria
That's a
today,
that's a
this
key
person,
word.
where was the day that somebody was saying in Abuja they came to give her a bill of, is it 100K because she's using generator? Are you mad? If I don't burn you, well, like, are you mad? Like, what kind of nonsense is that? After you pay tax and everything, you come and tell me I should pay levy for food, that I'm using this thing. Like, it's those type of things that frustrate people.
Nigeria is a whole topic and a half.
No, it's crazy. Oh. I mean, like me, I used to say
It's
I'm a
bad.
patriot for these things because now we're dealing with
Okay.
capital flight. Many tech people, I forget, leave if you beg. But many tech people, like they're like, you guys, my advice is make sure your head office or your headquarter is outside Nigeria so that when this rubbish comes, I don't know I don't know how it works in their world, but they were advising people. Basically, what they're saying is, look, do little
They
things
are
like don't do
telling them to japa as well. Everybody
exactly.
just
So they're like,
japa.
find another country, and face your kidney. So Nigeria will just have a little bit of your business processes.